Successful people are confident in their ability.
Every time you come across something difficult and you don't do it, you're telling yourself that you suck.
Confidence and not giving a it makes you so lean.
Rise and shine, it's Entspresso time.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and this channel was created to help you overcome the #1 challenge that is holding you back, a lack of belief in yourself. You watch these videos because you know there's something more inside you too. You've got Michael Jordan level talent at something. So let's start your day off right together, grab your coffee and sip on today's message from Dan Lok. Also, if you want to have more confidence and self-love, check out my 254 series. They're free. The link to join are in the description below.
Problem with young people, you're not good at anything. Oh, I'm so good. No, tell me the truth. You're not good at anything. After you practice martial art, you develop this natural self-confidence. Not cockiness, but you develop this natural self-confidence. Successful people are confident in their abilities. You see the two biggest enemies to success. Number one, self-doubt. Number two, fear of the unknown. We struggle with self-doubt. We worry, are we ready for this? Are we good enough? Do we actually have what it takes to succeed? Confidence is nothing more than believing in yourself. And believing in yourself is nothing more than doing the things that you once didn't believe that you could do. You see, confidence comes from competence. It's easy to believe in yourself when everyone believes in you. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about believing in yourself when you're not ready. Believing in yourself when no one believes you. Believing in yourself when everyone doubts you that you cannot do it, that you cannot make it, that you don't have what it takes. That is when you need to develop that unshakable self-confidence, that believe that you can do it. And confidence is not the same as arrogance. You see, arrogance is thinking that you're above everybody else. Confidence is knowing that no one is above you. Do you feel confident enough in your own abilities that you can do what it takes? Are you willing to bet on yourself? Not just words, but action. How often you invest in yourself? Are you willing to put everything you have on the line for your goals and for your dreams? Do you bet on yourself, or do you procrastinate? Do you hesitate? Are you a perfectionist? Do you suffer from paralysis analysis?
Self-confidence comes from doing difficult things. Every time you come across something difficult and you don't do it, you're telling yourself that you suck. But every time you find that difficult task and you go for it, you're telling yourself you're amazing. Until you start showing yourself that you do difficult things, you'll never get the confidence that you need, and you'll constantly live a life below what you know you're capable of. So I recently got back from a Vid Summit, an event in LA. I went to meet Matt Gielen as well, who's one of the top YouTube experts, somebody who I like to collaborate with and I take advice from when I have questions. And he suggested splitting up my channel even further on YouTube. Splitting my channel up even further on YouTube so that the main channel is only Believe Life, and the Top 10 series has its own dedicated channel. And so he suggested I split up my channel in, I want to say March. We did it in March. I split up the channel in March. Even this video is on a different channel. It started in March. And now I'm filming this in November. So far, none of the smaller channels have really taken off. I could see it working longer term. It's been a much longer journey than I thought would happen. Welcome to entrepreneurship. And so when I went to go meet him in LA, he said, Evan, you got two options. One option you're really gonna like. The other one you're not gonna like so much. Like, okay, let me know, what do you got? Option number one, which is the one you're gonna like, is bring everything back to one channel. Put it all back on one channel and just keep making as much content as you can across one channel. Like, okay. Option number two is split it up even more so that you have one series per channel. He said, you're not gonna like that because it's a lot more work. And he doesn't know me well enough yet to know that I love the difficult. I love the work. So then I asked him, well, I'm not afraid of the work. Assuming the work wasn't the problem, which one's gonna do better? Which one do you think would do better? There aren't a lot of case studies. There aren't a lot of people who've done this, right? There's nobody in my industry has done this. Nobody in my industry was making 3 videos a day to start with, let alone then split it up into multiple channels. splitting it up will work better. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. In the moment. Even though it's scary, it's difficult, my heart's beating, like, oh, all of that work that went in. Moving to top 10 series. That's one of the most iconic series on my channel, right? My first Kanye West video that started the whole thing, and we're moving it onto a different channel is heartbreaking, but also progress, hopefully. Fingers crossed. That's the ultimate goal. But sitting on that decision for a month doesn't help anything. The worst thing that can happen is here's a scary thing that I don't know if I want to do, and then waiting 3 months to make a decision and losing 3 months of momentum. That's where most people fall down. Nobody knows if this is going to work or not. Matt has a theory. I have a theory. We're going to test it and see. Nobody's done it. We'll see. It might be the greatest move of all time or the stupidest thing I've ever done. I don't know. We'll see. I won't know until I go off and do it. And therefore I have to do it. That's the mindset. And so in the moment, say, yes, we're going to do this thing. We're not going to dilly-dally along. Dilly-dally. We're not going to procrastinate. We're not going to wait, right? Because momentum is our friend. We need to get as much momentum as possible. And so in that meeting, we laid out, okay, a month transition for me to get the people on my team on board, for training, new people, switching roles. There's a lot of work that has to happen to coordinate all these extra channels. What's an aggressive timeline? A month. Okay, great. Then we're gonna do it in a month. I got back from LA, and then I said, I can't wait a month. Even though that's the aggressive timeline, a month is the aggressive timeline. I can't wait a month. It's gonna destroy me. Just the way that my mind works. Like, I need it to happen right now. It's the only thing I can focus on. This has to happen. I'm not gonna wait a month. And so I messaged everybody on my team and said, here's what we're doing. And yeah, it's gonna happen this weekend. I got back on like a Tuesday or something. Like, by this coming weekend, we're gonna launch the new channel. We're gonna split it up. We have to figure out all the roles, responsibilities. We'll figure it all out. We're gonna make mistakes. Here's the thing. We're gonna make some mistakes. It's not gonna be perfect. We've already made a bunch of mistakes, and huge credit to my team, because the mistakes that we made are not major. You probably, unless you're like insane, super hardcore fan and massive attention to detail, didn't catch them. They bother the crap out of me, but we didn't make that many mistakes, and we put it up. And so it's being comfortable with making some mistakes, because momentum is your friend. And so that's how you gain confidence. By doing difficult things, by saying yes, by taking on the challenges, by diving into the unknown, because you might make a big mistake, or it might be the greatest thing of all time, but you won't know until you go off and try. But I love believing in my ideas. I think they came to me for a reason. I think I asked for guidance for a reason. And so I need to move forward, 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 not still. So how can you do it? I'm gonna give you a 3-step process that I think will help. Step number 1 is tell yourself that you do difficult things. Stop shying away from the difficult. The next time you are not doing a project, following an idea, saying yes to something because it's difficult, that's the reason, that's not a good enough reason anymore. Nope, not anymore. That's not a good enough reason. You do difficult things. You love difficult things. Every time you go up against something difficult and you back down, that's how you lose confidence. That's how you lose self-respect. That's how you lose self-love. Even if everybody else is letting you off the hook, everybody else around you is telling you, don't worry, you deserve a break, don't go chase that down, stay safe, right? Even if everybody else with their lower standards are letting you off the hook, it's the internal game that matters. What do you think about yourself? And what you want to do is teach yourself that you do difficult things. At least you try. At least you put your max effort in. Maybe the top 10 channel, maybe this channel, maybe all of it was a big mistake, but I tried. I'm proud of my effort. I tried my best. I said yes to the difficult thing. And maybe it works out, and maybe it doesn't. But if you wake up every day and do difficult things and take on that identity that you love difficult things, that that's all you're looking for, you're gonna do great things. A lot of them won't work out, but you're gonna do great things. I can guarantee it. Step number 2 is tell yourself that this is just the warm-up. This is just a warm-up. This is just a warm-up. Whenever you're feeling like you're at your breaking point, like it's the max, you can't go any further, whether it's in the gym when you're lifting dumbbells, or whether it's making an extra phone call or doing that extra little bit of work, right? You're at your max, you can't go anymore. Just use this little mindset trick. Tell yourself, this is just a warm-up. I'm capable of more. And what that does is lets you go a little bit further. This thing that's overwhelming, that's impossible, that nobody can handle, that it's just like, it's at your max, right? Whatever overwhelming situation you're facing right now, if you feel like that's your max, then you're not gonna grow further. If being able to make a decision about my YouTube channels, I'm splitting them up, was impossible for me, if that was my max, then it means that I can't do something bigger. I think I'm capable of more. I think you're capable of more. I think the problems that are in your life right now that you think are overwhelming are nothing compared to what you're actually capable of. And as long as you tell yourself that this is your max, then you don't grow to the next step. So tell yourself that this is just a warm-up, that you're capable of so much more. And what that does is let you go another step, another step, another step, and see, holy cow, I'm growing, I'm getting stronger, I'm getting better. And step number 3 is be your biggest critic as well as your biggest fan. I think people can actually be harder on themselves. For as much self-loathing and negativity and self-hate that's in the system right now, I think people actually should be harder on themselves. The problem is people don't love themselves enough. You're your biggest critic. I think most people would be their own biggest critic right now, but you're not your biggest fan. You have to be both at the same time. The amount that you criticize yourself needs to be balanced with an equal amount of love. All of the critique that I want, like tell me I suck, tell me my videos suck, tell me how to get better, is all based off of I love what I do. I think I have the greatest channel on YouTube. I think I'm amazing, right? It's all the foundation of love that then it's easy to take to criticism. But when you're being criticized and you're criticizing yourself and you don't love yourself at the same time, that's destructive, it's negative, it goes deeper, it goes darker, right? So I think most people could actually handle more self-criticism. I think you should be even harder on yourself, but you have to come way up on the self-love side. You need to learn to be your biggest critic as well as your biggest fan. Now I have a really special bonus clip for you that I think you're gonna enjoy. But before that, question of the day, I wanna know, what is the next single difficult thing that you need to do? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you made it this far in a video, I wanna celebrate you. Give me a hashtag believe in the comments as well.
Confidence and not giving a it makes you so lean. Like the don't give a factor, that makes it where you don't care what people think. You never feel like you're being judged. You never want to be a part of a crowd. And you just, you're just fearless about the way you feel about things, and then also you got swag, you just do what you want regardless of what people think.
Hi, this is Dan Lok. If you're a fan of Evan's work, if you want to know exactly how to model my success, I want to invite you to join me for a special online training. All you have to do is click on the link below. You can join me for absolutely no charge. So click on the link below and I will see you in class.
If you want to know how billionaire Sarah Blakely manifests her ideas, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.